Very good morning to all the students. Over the screen, you can see when I'm discussing on motivation today, I'm focusing on the self-determination theory. It's a very new theory and it's very important for you from the sports perspective. I'm talking from the sports perspective, for the application perspective. Okay, it will give answer to many of your questions also. This question. A motivation which is visible on towards the left is zero. Zero motivation, zero force, zero energy. You don't do anything. You don't go for practice, you don't go for activity, you give them award, reward, anything. It doesn't work. They don't do it, they don't like it, they don't want it. And over the other end is intrinsic motivation. You do it. You do it because you want it. Now, in the new theory of self-determination, how you determine your driving force. Okay, in the new theory, intrinsic and extrinsic are not the or never in continuum. That is one. If it is earlier people used to say that, okay, what is your motivation? If it is not internal, it will be external. If it is not external, it will be internal. But this theory does not exist and does not work and is not promoted anymore. It is not internal motivation on one end and external motivation on the other end. It is not at all like that. Okay, now let's see. Zero motivation is on one end, okay, and zero motivation means not doing, and internal motivation is on other end, that is you have the control. The control is with you. You do it. You do it. The control is in it. Remember, write it down the word. The control. You are in full control on your own self and your behavior, action, and responses. Okay, you're in 100% control. Nothing external factor is controlling you. No award, no reward, no praise, no nothing is controlling you. You are doing it on your own. That is intrinsic motivation. The control on the behavior, the force, the driving force is totally yours. You are in control of your own actions. This intrinsic. Okay, and in between the motivation and intrinsic motivation lies the external motivation, which I'll talk to be. Now the thing is that why it is being said that you in intrinsic motivation you are in control on yourself. Somebody said that there are a lot of reasons. The majorly there are three factors. There are three major factors why you are internally motivated, why you are in control on yourself, why external influence does not or cannot influence your behavior. One is knowledge, second is accomplishment, and third is experiencing situation or stimulation. That means that according to the theory, new theory, again by Valorant, which says Valorant 2003 theory, which says that intrinsic motivation, a person is having total control on his driving force, which is called as internal motivation, due to these three factors. The people who are internally motivated are have the drive to do a task because they want to know more, because they want to learn more. A person is internally motivated to drive because he wants to learn that skill, how to control a vehicle, how to work with the clutch, brake, accelerator, gear works. He keeps on putting his effort again and again and again and again, which includes lot of danger of hitting, getting an accident, or any other, spending a lot of time into it. People may see and watch and laugh at them, anything, but does nothing stops them. Nothing stops them because of the knowledge factor. Many of them, many of the people go and train. They learn badminton, they learn swimming, they go for cycling, because they want to learn new skill sets. Many of them go and learn piano, a Casio, or a dance, not to become a dancer, not to win a competition, not to win an award, but because they want to learn the interest, the complexities of it, to attain the knowledge. And along with this, there's another factor which is called as accomplishments, which is again, one is to know how it looks like, how swimming looks like, how a tennis game feels like. To get the knowledge, you there is a factor which helps you, which motivates you to go and do that activity and experience that activity. And there is about the accomplishment. Accomplishment is a desire to gain the mastery on the skill. There are a lot of situations wherein you find across your environment you're living in that there are many people who may for such a long time they're going regularly to the swimming pool to learn. Why, you ask, is he preparing for a competition? No, he's not preparing for a competition. Then why is daily going? You'll find a lot of people going, paying the fees to the tennis academy and learning tennis. You'll say, is he preparing for a competition? If you ask him, no, he is not preparing for any competition. A lot of people you'll see getting up early in the morning and going for taking their cycle and going for the cycling activity or for a golf activity early in the morning. You may think that they're trying to become a pro. No, they are not at all. They have no intention of becoming a pro. But when you see them, their kit, their attire, their effort, their dedication, you will think that they are trying to become a pro. But no, the whole thing is that they sometimes there are some tasks for which you just feel like get accomplishing and gaining mastery on that, because it gives you a pleasure to gain the mastery on certain aspects. You love hitting the tennis ball, you love hitting with a golf stick, you love swimming in a pool with minimal splash, you love accomplishing a distance of 100 kilometers in a single ride within an hour. That accomplishment, that feel of pleasure of accomplishment is also a factor, internal motivation. And then the third is, I think last session also somebody said, is that experiencing stimulation. This is not situation, this is stimulation. This is a spelling mistake. It is experiencing stimulation. There are a lot of instances wherein you get that sensation to with a particular task. It gives you a vibration, it gives an internal sensation when you do some task. It may be about that challenge. Sometimes people just I gave an example of riding a bike at a high speed gives that stimulation. People go for experiencing the dirt bikes and various other aspects. People go for rappelling, people go for mountaineering, people go for adventurous activities, because that gives them a stimulation. The physical experiencing a stimulation of doing a particular task, that that gives them the motivation, that internal motivation, which is totally in their control. There is nothing, they're not at all doing for any external factors. They're not at all doing it to win a championship, they're not at all doing to win an award, they're not at all doing it to get into that profession, they're not at all doing that to earn an income. They do it either it to know about something new, either they do it either to get that accomplishment feeling, a mastery on the skill, or they do it to get that stimulation, to experience the stimulation of doing that activities. These are the three important factors which combines together, which pushes towards the internal motivation, that is making a person doing a task, making a person with a behavior towards behavior towards an action, that drive to behave particular in a particular manner without any external force, the or it's total under their own control. So that's all for today's session. I think we have set the stage correct for the next session. Do read the book of Richard Cox or Wenberg and various other books to understand the motivation part from sports perspective. I'm again telling you, from the general motivation, you always know what is motivation, what is internal, extrinsic, but our objective is to understand the athlete. Our objective is to understand the motive of an athlete, what are the different motives which athletes can have it, and then taking and designing up the program and the pedagogies, which is will be very important. So with this note, I finish off today's session. The house is open for discussion. Thank you. Thanks a lot.